You'll join me for a drink and a chat now, won't you, Stephen?
Oh yes, just feeling thirsty. I hate drinking alone, you know. Ah, nice.
So, Chef, is it hard resisting the lure of the tides?
Yep, I'm still alive, but I can still feel it. It's not easy to forget when you're staring death in the face. I can still hear my old shipmates crying from the deck. I can still see the face of a young lad begging for help through the smoke, and there was nothing I could do if Conrad hadn't been there.
Come on, Stephen, it wasn't your fault. And anyway, they saved him, right?
Yeah, right. Thanks for listening, really. But it was still my biggest failure, and I'm going to have to live with it for the rest of my life.
So how did the Aurelius turn into a floating matchbox?
Those goddamn Norwegian sharks. They don't give a rat's ass about the state of the ship. Just like they didn't give a rat's ass what happened to us. The ship was in too bad a condition, but they managed to get permission to let it sail. Bloody money. Everything's got a price these days. While they managed to put this affair away in some dusty archive. They're still living free, and I'm stuck with my memories inside these four walls.
It was nice talking to you, but I really have to go.
Okay. I guess I must have bored you silly. And I think I've got a headache coming on. I need a bit of rest.
It probably leads into a sort of store cupboard. The boiler needs to be big. It's got the whole castle to heat. This pumps water into the swimming pool. It's the swimming pool filter. This button switches it off. I haven't got a screwdriver, but this knife's just the thing to get this lid off. The pool should be a bubble bath in minutes. The pump is working again.
Quick, Raul, hurry. The swimming pool's full of foam.
Hey, I'm finished in there already.
Don't argue, move. We've got guests and I don't want to make a bad impression.
Okay, I'm coming. God, today's not my lucky day.
Sherlock Holmes investigates the swimming pool. It's a small golden bracelet. There's the name Carla engraved on the outside. This job gets more interesting by the minute. Sorry if I'm disturbing you while you're working. I wanted to introduce myself. I just got here today. Victoria Conroy, pleased to meet you.
Carla Hoffman.
Here, I think this is yours.
Yes. Where?
At the bottom of the swimming pool. You must have lost it while you were swimming.
Thank you. Please, Miss Conroy, don't say anything to that old dragon Snyder. I'm not allowed to use the swimming pool.
Don't worry, I won't say anything. Now, I don't want to hear you calling me Miss Conroy again. My name's Victoria.
Okay. Victoria.
Carla,
Yes.
have you been working here long?
For 2 years.
And what about school? Are you still studying?
I wish. I had to give up. My mom didn't think I was cut out for books. I would have liked to be a journalist though, you know, like on the TV.
I don't mean to be indiscreet, but have you got a boyfriend at the moment?
No. I went out with Raul for a bit, but it didn't last. You know, I'm really not interested in boys my age. I prefer mature men with a good job who can give me everything I want.
I can see you're very choosy. And where do you think you're going to meet your Mr. Right?
At one of the multinationals' receptions here at the castle, of course. For example, last week there was the most wonderful gala evening I've ever seen. I swear, it was like all the top knobs were there. I've never seen so many important people all together.
Do they often organize receptions and similar parties here?
nearly every month.
But the gala evening last week was the best of all, wasn't it? Go on, tell me about it.
It's a real shame that you missed it. Good music, classy people. I had to work like a slave, but I managed to have fun too. I also met a certain Antonio Corona, who comes from Las Vegas and is none other than the owner of a casino.
Corona? I recognize that name.
I don't know. He said he's very well known in America. Wait, and I'll tell you what happened. He arrived here really early with another friend, a classy but boring type. I couldn't avoid noticing them because they spent nearly all evening talking to Raul, and that bastard pretended not to see me at all. At a certain point, the friend goes away and he's on his own. So he calls me over, he orders some champagne, and we get talking. After a bit, what does he do but invite me to Las Vegas with him? Just like that, out of the blue, like it was the most natural thing in the world.
And what did you say?
I said that I had to think about it. You know what it's like. You can't really trust someone who makes his living out of poker games and topless waitresses.
Antonio Corona. Hang on a minute. That TV program, FBI Most Wanted, that's where I heard it. And so, where's Antonio now?
On business somewhere. He left me some of his personal visiting cards in case I decide to call on him. And they're not just any old visiting cards. Here, take one. If you ever happen to be in those parts, and if you ever happen to become a millionairist, don't forget poor little Carlo, okay?
That's really sweet of you. Thanks. Just wait. You'll see Lady Luck is on our side. What do you think of the cook, Mr. Klausman?
Well, I know you wouldn't think so, but Steven's a really sweet person. He's done so much to get me out of trouble. I would have killed myself if it hadn't been for him. And then he just makes me die laughing. Honestly, we're really good friends.
If I'm not mistaken, Stephen worked on the ships before coming to the castle. What caused this route change?
I don't know if there's a particular reason, you know. Maybe he just got fed up, or maybe he got seasick.
How do you find it, working with a woman like Mrs. Snyder?
Terrible, really terrible. She's not strict, she's sadistic. She won't leave me in peace for 5 minutes and is only happy when she can shout at me. I wish she'd get run over by a car or something.
It seems that you and Raul are the youngest here at the castle. What's he like? Do you get on well?
Don't talk to me about Raul. He's really disappointed me. I thought that he was all right, someone who knew what was what, but he's not. He's a complete loser. First, he says he's got millions of offers with more money. He wants to run away with you. You take him up on it and find out he's just the supervisor's personal doormat. I've never met such a lying bootlicker.
What sort of person is Mr. Eistermeyer?
Henry's the grandfather I never had. He's wonderful because he knows so much. Always ready with advice at hand. I don't know. I feel safe talking to him.
Did you ever have the chance to speak to Henry about his life here?
Of course. He loves talking about the old times.
And what does he say about them?
That he was better off when he was young, and that all the renovations and changes will only send the castle downhill. I don't get it. Shouldn't Anderson listen to him instead of trying to make him retire at all costs?
How are things with Mr. Anderson?
Victoria, I can't stand the sight of him anymore. Him, his obsessions, his bad moods, but this time it's me who's fed up. If he annoys me again, I'll make such a fuss you can't even imagine.
Do you think Mr. Anderson's satisfied with his life at the castle?
Looking at him, you'd think so. But if you heard his wife, Judy told me in confidence that her husband is like a fish out of water. But instead of packing his bags and leaving, the idiot has decided to stay locked up here. He doesn't even leave to go for a walk. It's like the world would end if he put a foot outside the door.
Do you have a good relationship with Judy Roberts?
What do you mean? We're best friends. Judy's my ideal woman. You can't imagine how much she knows about clothes, makeup, and men. With all the goodwill in the world, I can't understand why she stays with that slimeball Anderson. She's more stressed and restless every day, like a tiger at the zoo.
What's the problem exactly? Has she got husband trouble?
No, not directly with him, more with the life she's forced to lead here. It's true that here at the castle there's lots of things to help pass the time, but God, if you can never go out, it just becomes sheer monotony.
So you're saying that Judy's had a lifestyle imposed upon her which is making her unhappy?
Well, yes.
And why doesn't anyone do anything to change the situation?
Don't ask me, I'm only the maid.
What's your opinion of the multinational?
It's fine by me. I hope business keeps booming, so they keep on paying me well.
Something incredible happened this morning. The greenhouse. It exploded.
I heard that everyone was talking about it, and I missed it, just my luck. I was cleaning upstairs in the supervisor's apartment. I think I'll go and see Henry later. He'll tell me everything.
Are you allowed to go into the old wing of the castle, Carla?
It's my job. Me and Greta go in to do the cleaning 3 times a week.
And do you have a key?
Are you joking me? No, only Greta and the supervisor have them.